Welcome back to round 3 of the Coruscant Invitational here at the Fantasy Flight Games headquarters in Roseville, Minnesota. This is
Brian Kylan.
And I'm Matt Holland, and we've got some more streamed games here. This time, a European face-off.
Yes, we have Sweden versus
The
Germany.
Germans versus the Swedes.
Yep.
We got Roger Jeske of Germany.
And Jesper Hills of Sweden.
Yeah, so this is kind of cool. We got Roger's running Dutch, Wedge, and Garvin Dries.
And Jesper is running Fenrau, Old Tarok, and Pelab Goldaldi here in the Hawk.
So 3-on-3. We've got some really nice synergies here on the Rebel list. Selfless on both Dutch and Garvin to draw any crits away from Wedge and keep him in the fight longer. Proton torpedoes across the board.
Yes.
Shield upgrades on both of the selfless ships, Dutch and Garvin. And then swarm tactics for Wedge. So all about that alpha strike with those torpedoes. If he can get the target locks on Polib or one of those fangs, they are going to have a bad day.
Yes. And over here, Jesper's going to have to rely on the maneuverability of those fang fighters. He's going to want to get close. He's going to really need to rely on that Concordia face-off to get within range 1, to get in opponents' firing arcs, to get those extra evades. He has Fearless on both of the fang fighters.
And that's it.
Yep, and that's it on there. But if he does get in there, firing arc in range 1, he can change one of his results when attacking to a hit. So add in a little bit of extra damage there. I'm guessing, obviously, he wants to get right there in range 1 for Fen, get those extra dice. And then, once again, we're going to see third match in a row. We're going to get the Moldy Crow with the Hawk. He's got Debris Gambit.
It's definitely a thing.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely a thing in second edition here. In addition to Moldy Crow, he's also using the Debris Gambit. So trying to get up close to those obstacles, use that evade action, and an engine upgrade. So the boost is now white instead of red on the Hawk.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, if Jesper can get in close, he's going to really tear up Roger's list. But he has to brave that barrage of torpedoes at range first. So that's where you can see that game be made or broken. That's what I thought. He was from Jesper's from the UK.
Okay.
He told me Sweden and or London, and it was my
So we got some conflicting information.
That's all right.
Jesper's from the UK. Still a European face-off, I would like to point out. So we were right at least one of those points.
Mm-hmm.
Chat saying we love that This is Jesper Hills from the UK. Correct. There's Jesper Windstrom is from Sweden, apparently.
He told me both places, and he said either one meant different.
It's those dang Jespers. You cannot trust a Jesper. That's what I say.
How many Jespers do we have at this tournament?
Apparently 2. Surviving that barrage of proton torpedoes is going to be the big deal here.
Yes.
Dutch handing out target locks too. So I would expect Wedge's torpedo to be both focused and target locked. That's going to be nasty.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing these Fang fighters go up against.
He's going to have a really strong opening maneuvering just to set that fight up the way he needs it to be.
Yeah, if he can get the maneuvers, get the ships in the position he needs them to be, those Fangs aren't going to hang around very long.
Yes, indeed. Jesper, I know he's been at Worlds. He's been at these big events before. Roger obviously has some experience if he's here and qualified for Coruscant. So these are both lists that are going to need some really strong maneuvering.
Looks like we got a pretty decent spread on the obstacles so far.
Both Jespers are the same person. He changed his name.
Oh.
The plot thickens.
Wow, okay.
More twists than
So there is only one Jesper here. Maybe.
Well, let's not go that far.
Yeah, I gotta say.
Like I said, they're very, very sneaky.
Yes.
So we've got the debris down, and then a mix with the rocks as well. Those Fangs very maneuverable and very, very fast.
Yep. Yeah, Fangs can get up in your face very quickly. Have the Concordia face-off baked into them now. Yep. And both of them have Fearless on them, so just taking full advantage.
One of the things I love about second edition, the fact that a lot of these ships that for all intents and purposes, just had a upgrade stapled to them. Anyways, kind of had that baked in. The Interceptor, the A-Wing, the Fang Fighter. I'm sure there are a bunch of others that I'm blanking out at the moment. But those extra text boxes on the ship cards that give you that baked-in ability that lets you have a lot more creativity in your squad building.
We're actually having some pretty high initiative on both sides here because we've got Fen. We also have Wedge on the other side, right?
Yeah, so they've each got a 6.
Yep.
And then, there's Dutch and Garvin are only 4s. Tarak's a 5. So he's going to go after everybody but Wedge. But still. So that's Tarak. Where's Polyb? Doesn't Polyb go down?
Polyb is going to have Boba Fett on him.
Oh,
right?
Fair point. So he will get put out wherever the heck he wants. Oh, Garvin drives Arc 170. Not next week.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, he's an Arc
Another
170,
second edition change here. So Polyb going to use Boba Fett's ability, I guess?
Yeah, it looks like he is.
And throw down, I would imagine, over here on Jesper's side of the board, because I sure don't want to get jumped by the Proton Torpedo crew.
Going up.
So that's Tarak in the middle, Fen on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Wedge in the back, Garvin and Dutch in the front. Now, do you think Jesper is just going to kind of joust here and rely on that sort of mind game to dart into range 1?
Think he's just going to do like 5 straight out there, out of the gate?
Well, not out the gate. You go just far enough first round that there's no shooting.
And then
and second round you floor it and go right into his face. I could see it happening. Fang Fighter, I mean, pretty sure it still has a 5 straight, white 5 straight. There's an interesting concept too that if you're newer to X-Wing, maybe you don't know. It's the rule of 11, which means you need 11 movement between ships that start at the edge of that range 1 deployment zone for there to be a range 3 shot.
Yes.
So we just saw a 3 straight from Dutch. That's a total of 4 because his base counts. And so that counts down to 7, which means even if the Fang goes 5 straight, which is a 6, there will be no shots first turn. I guess now it's the rule of like 10.5 if you have a medium base because they're a half length, 1.5. So the one Fang kind of going around. I mean, I don't want to joust all those proton torpedoes too, so I got to assume Fenn's going to get the heck out of there.
Anything? I don't think he. Yeah. Do you think he's going to joust here, or do you think he's going to try and?
It's too risky.
Yeah.
Because if you're off by like one movement because of boost you didn't anticipate or any number of other things, then you just get hammered.
Yeah. He's going to boost over there.
Okay.
I'm going to make him chase him here.
I know.
Again, guys, keep in mind if you're looking at those lists online, you may not see the Boba Fett or the Leia actually equipped because they do not cost squad points, so they're not always on the squad sheet. They are, however, on the Arc and the Hawk, respectively.
Okay.
You may not see them on the list, though.
I realized I forgot to tell my wife that she can watch me. Yeah, so I need to do that. My wife is here. She has a better look. Yeah.
So there you can tell one is from England and one is from Germany.
Yes. I guess this makes a little bit more sense of why we're seeing a little bit more of the Moldy Crow here. Nice small base where you can put that Boba Fett crew.
Yeah, that is true. That may skew the appearance of the ship from a normal second edition event. But, I mean, you're also seeing them, they're useful. They're not just a taxi.
Yes. Moldy Crow, the title itself is very nice to have, and it's got that turret. So you can do a lot with that ship for sure.
So Tarak just whipping around here.
Yep.
Gonna maybe try and engage through the rocks, force them to turn in there.
trying to get the angle here.
Yeah, Roger content to just head down the side of the board for now. He's got plenty of room to turn in if he needs to. Jesper just really does not want to end up at range 3 and eating a bunch of torpedoes.
Gotta be very careful.
He does have the advantage that Fen Rao moves last.
Yes.
So Fen cannot get target locked on the turn he comes into range, which will help a lot. So he can actually go in, eat range 3 shots and defend with his regular dice, and then dart into range 1. Because I don't think you can stop a Fang from getting range 1 on you or colliding once you're within range 3 on the next turn. Because a 5 straight covers 2 full range bands itself.
Sure. Yep.
That will put you into range 1. Again, guys, if you're checking those lists online, Leia and Boba Fett do not cost squad points for this event. Neither does Ruthless, so you don't see them on the list. They're already at 200 points. That is totally fine and working as intended. I mean, the event had the kind of caveat that you had to include these upgrades, but in order to not be too punitive, they don't cost you anything. You need to have the slot. You need to bring a seat for her, but you don't have to pay for her.
Yeah. Can't just put her on any ship.
Yeah. So do keep in mind, Rogers does have Leia. He's got that, once every 3 rounds flip where he can treat his reds as white. And we've already seen Boba Fett in use for the Hawk. And those upgrades, I will mention, were voted on by the community, I think, on Twitter.
I believe so, yeah.
So the community had a say in what upgrades were required for each faction.
These were voted like the essential upgrades for each of the 3 factions. And now, after 3 rounds, I mean, even after 2 rounds, we've seen all 3 factions in action.
Yeah. We've seen a Hawk on the table every game.
Yeah, Hawk has been on the table every game. It's been very interesting.
It may be because, if you're thinking about ships that have a crew slot that you don't necessarily need to use and that aren't too expensive and going to force you to kind of build around it completely like a Falcon or something, the Hawk is definitely a good choice. I mean, as we saw with the Sheath-O-Pete or the Attack Shuttle, those are options too. Dutch going to maybe try and pick up target locks here because his ability would let Wedge get a lock on Fen Rao, assuming that Dutch has the range.
Yes.
But it's a lot riskier now. If that is not within range 3, Dutch gets nothing.
Yeah, I have to lock. Okay.
Gonna try. So he can definitely lock Terok. Ooh, no,
wait, can he?
He can't.
Ooh, I think he gets.
Looks like he gets Fen Rao, which is the one I would prefer anyways.
Yeah, I move. Yeah, it's in. Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, all right.
So he gets a lock, and then he can allow somebody else to acquire a lock, and I believe it's regardless of range. Yep, ignoring range restrictions. So
it's going to help out Wedge.
One for him, and I would imagine.
I imagine Wedge.
That's got to be Wedge.
Wedge doesn't need to be in range. Nope.
Hey, there we go. Ignoring range restrictions. Yeah, I mean, this is very reminiscent of Dutch's first edition ability, although you have to do same target now, but you don't have to have range. So it allows him to pair it with a lower pilot, or excuse me, a higher pilot skill pilot pretty well. Just made for giving Wedge a bigger hit. And that also, Fen Rao hasn't moved yet. So Fen Rao is not necessarily taking these torpedoes this turn. Speedy.
Yep, Terok just zipping in there now.
Now it sounds like we have the Swedish X-Wing players cheering for Jesper just in case.
This is all part of our plan right here.
It's a regular Festival of Nations here. Terok has a nice little flanking position here, and he's going to get to almost certainly take a shot on Wedge. Wedge is engines are closed, I would imagine.
Yeah, it looks like.
No, they're open.
Are they open?
They're open. At least by the card. Not sure why, unless you're like expecting to be using primary weapon, which
he's not right now.
I sure hope you're not going to have to worry about it. Pretty sure Terok has arc on Wedge.
Looks like he does. I mean, it'll be a little close.
Ooh. You gonna boost out, try and get clear of arcs? Or do you boost in won't get you in range 1?
No. Let's see.
And if you boost out and you
Is he going to barrel roll?
gonna roll, that's better. So say if you boost and don't get clear, then you're really gonna be hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a look at these action bars, refresh myself. He's not gonna use the linked action, it doesn't look like.
Yeah. Fang Fighter, pretty robust action bar. Got your standard focus and target lock, but then you got a couple linked ones in there that you can use as setup. You can barrel roll and then focus, or boost and then focus.
He did do the linked focus.
Okay, yep.
Wedge swarm tactics on him.
And that's pretty valuable, especially if you want to line up that Concordia face-off.
So no token stealing for Paleb. I don't think we've actually seen any tokens stolen by him in the first game.
Yeah.
No shot.
And now the wiving.
So this is the opening that Jesper wanted, where he's going to have to eat 1 torpedo. But next turn,
3.
he is range 1,
I think so. Yes.
just going to town.
Yep. Yeah, he's at range 3. He's going to get the extra die.
Well, he won't against this attack.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so I mean, when you place it down, it extends. Okay, sorry, sorry.
And Fang has
So now,
3 defense dice anyway.
So no actual range.
Oh, it's not
Can you
actually
hold the
range.
back of Dutch?
Brent's going to go ahead and check here. It's pretty important because Roger really wants to get that torpedo off.
Yep. See if we can chew up any of that 4 hull on the Fang right away.
The rarely seen stacks of tokens technique here being employed by Brent.
Ooh, some high-level judging going on.
Brent has judged Worlds. He's judged a number of system opens.
It's out. It's out? It's just out. Okay.
Just
Just
barely.
out. Wow, okay.
doesn't matter.
Thanks for
That's
giving me-
real big for Jesper here.
Yep.
Range 2, iron cannon.
Ooh.
Yes.
Iron cannon turret, yes. Yep.
So Ion works pretty
yes.
differently from previous iterations, where if you hit, you can spend a result to do a Ion token. No, a damage.
Yes. And then the rest inflict
And then the
ion
rest
tokens.
inflict Ion tokens. Yeah, it's very different, but it feels pretty good.
Yes. It's not going to have any effect right there.
And you have the potential ability to inflict, 2 or I guess 2 Ion tokens max on
Yes.
somebody in a turn, which can ionize this medium ship in 1 shot,
Yep.
or get you more than half of the way to getting a large ship. Kind of cool.
It's out, right?
Yes. I saw that.
Not quite a shot for old Tarok there.
As long as he didn't take the Ion, I think he's
Yep.
pretty okay
Yeah,
with this
he's-
turn.
He's probably okay with that. Yep.
He's going to dart in range 1 and really punish one of Roger's ships.
Yep.
Roger, I think, is going to have a hard time kind of getting the engagement he wants here. He's got, how many points is a proton torpedo? He's got 27 points worth of torpedoes that are
Yes.
just going to die on their tubes
Yes.
if he can't get the range.
Who'd you go after first? You think you're probably going to target Wedge or?
Wedge would be my choice. NetDiver is asking if the rulers and tokens remain the same from 1.0 to 2.0. So the stuff is largely compatible. There are new tokens in 2.0 because the shape and color has been standardized to mean, these tokens go away at the end of the turn, or they don't, or they're good or they're bad. So the colors matter for just ease of use. But as you'll see, a number of people are using older tokens just because they're the stuff they would won. In your templates, your rulers all work fine, other than you'll want a 1 straight, which has the mark down the middle for barrel rolling now. So you can still use your acrylic stuff and all your fancy stuff. Don't worry about that. Yeah, Tarek didn't have arc there, it looked like, so
No,
they checked.
Just barely out of arc.
Yeah, we played 2nd edition just yesterday, actually,
Yes.
and I used all my fancy stuff. So don't worry if you've, won a ton of stuff or invested in the fancy tokens and acrylics. Feel free to bring them.
All those tokens, yep, they still
All
work.
your other
Yeah.
cardboard outside of the bombs and debris and asteroids, that is new, though. The dials, the pilot bases, all that stuff. So here, I guess you bank in. Bank in because I don't think wedge is cleared a hard turn. Maybe hard turn
Okay.
Dutch and Nora bank wedge. But those
so.
fangs are going to be, I mean, Terak's behind you already.
Yeah, I think the fangs are going to at least try to do some big damage this turn.
Yeah, Concordia face-off, they have it built in, so when you're defending, if you're range 1 and you're in their firing arc, you get to just change a die to an evade,
Yep.
which is fantastic.
Red becomes white.
And then Fearless, when you are attacking in their firing arc at range 1, you get to change a result to a hit. So some good consistency bumps there.
Yep. Yeah, guaranteed to not necessarily do some damage, but you at least get a hit.
Certainly.
Guaranteed to at least, knock off, cancel one hit towards you. So
There's the
not bad.
bank.
I assume.
I'm only worried about Fen Rao just darting right past the Y-Wing.
Yeah. I wonder where. I assume Dutch's turret is still pointed off to the right there.
Yes, he focused, so he didn't spend the action doing anything else. So, but Nora's going to bump. I don't love it.
Does it bam? Yeah. So here. Back. Put your finger on this. Yeah. Yeah.
So just barely. That's
barely
unfortunate for
bumping,
Nora. No target lock or any other modification, assuming that is Wedge's target lock they put out earlier.
There we go.
Yeah, if you guys are looking for the lists, they are just a little bit up in the chat. If you scroll up there, it should be the only links showing up. Those are from FFG Live, and maybe they will post them again here in a little bit.
Terak, yeah, right in position he wants to be in.
Oof. Doesn't matter where Wedge goes. He's going to get lit up. Is that a barrel roll?
Oh, looks like he
Oh,
boosted.
he boosts to block Wedge?
Ah,
Dirty.
wow, yeah.
Link focus.
And just really
Didn't
punish Nora
focus,
here.
yep.
He's going to be, I don't know if he's in Nora's arc, though, to
I
get
can't tell,
Fearless.
yeah.
Yep, definitely just a bump there.
Nope. It's just a
Jesper just giving us a masterclass in flying these fangs against
Yeah.
the list like this right now.
It's one of those ships. I always oh, the Fang looks really fun. It's I cannot fly with that degree of precision. But yeah, he's just really doing his thing right here. All right, here comes Fen.
I wonder if the hard turn was kind of hoping that the Y-Wing would hard turn.
Maybe.
I mean, you're still too close for torpedoes, other than Wedge is going to get his off.
Yep.
He's not going to get an action this turn. Or he didn't get an action this turn, but he's going to be able to fire the torpedo at you.
Yes.
And I don't think you can get inside of range 1 on him. So you just have to, I think you have to turtle up with a, it gets to just be a focus. You can't evade, so it could be bad for Fen Rao if he doesn't think of something that I'm not. Thank you, FFG Live, for posting those lists for people.
boost forwards.
Oh, he's going to boost forward? Okay. He makes it in there, yep. Got the face-off ready to go.
Yeah, I'm not.
Start of combat.
I mean, he was already in arc and at range 1.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what that accomplishes. Because you're still in all the arcs.
Only he can switch on 6, so.
Swarm Tactics to Nora.
Him on 6 and Garden. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Garvin.
Payload will take this focus. Yeah. You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. Paylob stealing the focus
Doing
there,
paylob
yeah.
things.
Okay. Go 6.
Always makes your opponent very happy. So this is going to be wedge.
On Penadol. Yep.
Proton torpedo? Yeah. I'm not going to spend. Jeez.
That's a good amount of evades right there.
Proton torpedo.
Oh, that was
How did
Garvin. Garvin range 1, 4 dice. That's why
okay.
there's no modification. Now it's the proton torpedo. Ooh.
Wow.
He's got to re-roll them all.
Take that target lock, yeah.
Well, at least he didn't get the 4 evades.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's just very unfortunate.
That's just rough for Roger.
Yep.
8 dice, no damage at all.
Yep.
Okay.
1 charge of proton torpedoes.
So Garvin has a lot of
Trying to figure out his targeting priority
Yep.
here. I mean, both the Y-Wing and Garvin are
Yeah.
going to be tough to take off the board, but he doesn't have good shots on wedge.
Yeah, range 1. Yeah, please.
Yeah, that's 12 hull between them.
Oof. Look at all
Wow.
those dice.
And then fearless, yeah, so 5 hits. Got the evades though.
Okay, my 5. Yep. Tarok. So range 1 on Dutch. Yep.
So going from after Dutch here, pretty hardcore. Ooh, wow.
Jeez.
That's nasty.
Sorry, man.
That's Jesper apologizing there
One evade.
Got
for
one
the
evade.
one
Well,
evade.
cancel
So
that hit.
Crit City.
So now it takes 3 crits.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Oh man.
Garvin with selfless takes 1.
Garvin's
So
gonna
Garvin's
take
going
one.
to suck the one away. That's
Okay.
good.
Oh, direct hit. Panic pilot. Get 2 stress tokens.
That's not a problem for a Y-Wing at all.
No.
And then his next
Yeah.
crit was
Panic
pilot. Yep.
So that was a direct hit for another damage, and then a panicked pilot as well. So they all go face down and get two stress on Dutch there.
Someone took a selfless off. So who was
Oh.
You do selfless on.
I guess that's how you
Selfless here.
burn away those shields on Dutch.
Ouch. 2 hull left on Dutch by my count.
Yeah.
Hey, and by the overlays count too.
Yep.
Look at that. That was a bad turn, and now we
Yeah.
still have what? Dutch is shooting Finrau.
That's it.
I don't think he did
Didn't
anything.
do anything.
Yep.
Ouch, I'm sorry.
now I think Polyp too.
Yeah, Polyp still has a shot. If he can-
He's got a range 3 primary, or a 3-die primary.
Got a few focus tokens.
He's got no rerolls
No
though.
rerolls, yep. Well,
Jeez.
that's
One more card. 1 hull left. Just brutal. That went about as poorly as it could possibly go for Roger.
Shield
Yep.
upgrade on there too. Yeah.
And I
1
mean,
left.
Jesper untouched.
Okay, end of turn. Yeah. 2. Nope.
Yep, got to take the evade. So I'm pretty sure Jesper has been flying these Fangs in even 1.0 for a long time. So, I mean, you are seeing someone who's intimately familiar with the ship and what it can do here.
Yeah, he went from Dutch having everything, all of his full shields, full hull. Now he's got 1 hull left, just like that.
Fenrau and Old Terok, they just have Fearless. Polyp has Debris Gambit, Moldy Crow, and Engine Upgrade. Dutch, Selfless, Selfless Ion Cannon Turret. Garvin, Proton Torpedoes. They're both Dutch. I really said that in a poor way. Dutch and Garvin both have Selfless, Shield Upgrade, and Proton Torpedoes.
Yes.
Dutch also has an Ion Cannon Turret. That's much more efficient.
Yes.
Yeah, I do promise you Proton Torpedoes can be super good, but you do need to engineer that opening engagement to get them, to fire them. If you don't, they are a lot of points down the tubes.
Yep.
27 points, that'll get you a Z95. probably something else.
The past few times I've seen proton torpedoes used, really terrible rolls. Proton torpedoes are very, very unlucky recently in their rolls. I thought I had a nice shot with some proton torpedoes set up the other day, and it was like, oh, you got a focus.
Yeah, they're definitely viable, I think, in second edition, and far, far better than they were.
Yes, for
But
sure.
Dice can
Yeah.
dice.
When do you trigger Leia? Start of activation? Yeah.
Some discussion.
He does have some options here to do some tricky maneuvering. I mean, Leia's cool just because it does force your it significantly increases the overhead on what your opponent has to expect.
Yes.
Like the mental calculations of all the things you could possibly do go way up when all of a sudden, oh, that's a white K turn, or you're stressed and you can now do a red maneuver again.
Yeah, these rebel ships that maybe look like they're in some trouble could easily get out of it if he triggers Leia here.
Especially with the fact that you get a very limited number of green moves on a Y-Wing.
Yes.
Unless that dial has changed massively, which I don't think it did. You've just got your 1 and 2 straight and your 1 banks. So yeah, still the same. Actually, is that better? First edition, I don't think the banks were even green.
No.
The Y-Wing was pretty brutal.
Yeah. Could clear some stress here, though. Don't know how helpful that will be for him with 1 hull left, but...
So the interesting thing is Leia just decreases your red maneuvers.
Yeah.
She won't turn a white to blue.
Yeah.
Blue moves, yes, not green. I'm colorblind anyway, so it's all gray to me.
Okay.
All right.
Balog just...
Yeah, he's got no reason to do anything but throw himself in the way.
Yep.
Do we know where his turret is facing?
I cannot tell. Honestly, can't even see a turret on there right now, but...
Jam Dutch. What is the jam now? Remove a token. So
He's picking on Dutch here with the jam.
Removes the target.
Yeah, he has to lose the target lock.
Right?
Yep, that's the only option he had, so.
And then that's
I have to remove a token. That's not my token.
What?
That's the target up from Dutch.
Yeah, but it's not my token. It's his token. I don't know the rule of jam. I can discard a focus on an evade.
Or a target lock. I believe.
Right, because there's no blue target.
I believe it. Yeah, it's a little... one of your tokens or a lock you have, right?
Yeah, so if you have a lock, you remove the lock token from the enemy ship. And the ship becomes jammed, and who's affected. Remove one of its green tokens.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely how jam works.
Yep.
But it's red for me, so it's stress.
Does have to take a stress there with the jam, but losing that lock on Fenn's pretty good.
So, Chris M., I just have the only 1 and 2 straights trained so deeply into my head from flying Y-Wings a lot in first edition. It's going to take some, it's like muscle memory. It's going to take me a little while to digest that. So the jam move was kind of cagey just to prevent a proton torpedo later, I'm thinking. And he's hoping to, he's got focuses, he doesn't need more of those, I guess, so why not?
One straight and spamming.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see
Nice
what
move
these-
with Paylob to get the block.
Turn.
Ooh, man.
Wow, okay.
Total jam. Tarek might not even get arc onto Dutch with that.
I don't know if he will. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think so. Not with that much turn. What a traffic jam.
Got those fangs up close like he wanted, but
So just another bump from Wedge.
Bump from Wedge. Let's see where Fen goes.
A wide turn. Oh, no.
Oh,
K turn? No.
Just a 3 string.
Just disengage.
Is 2 dice from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now he's in Wedge's arc too,
He
so
is
he's
in-
got to
yeah.
like boost focus to get clear.
I think so. Yep, there he goes.
Then what? Fang Fighter's still got the blue 2 turns. That didn't change.
So Fen's in pretty good shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Polyp's turret must be facing towards Dutch.
2 dice to the back.
And Polyp is going to then, I mean, you can expect will kill Dutch because he's only got 1 hull left. So that's Garvin evaded by Fenrau.
Wedge.
Yep.
On Carlo. Yep. Right.
Wedge is going to try and do some damage. Ooh, not bad.
That's a little bit better than he rolled last round.
1. Yeah, reroll. Reroll.
Ah,
1.
just
It's
1.
Wedge.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Same.
2 shields.
Yep.
That's Polyp's shield
Are
gone.
you shouting 1? Just 1 evade? 1
No.
evade? Alright. 2 shields. So, nothing here. Nothing here. Hello.
No. Ah, Dutch is at 4.
Yeah, okay.
Iron cannon?
Yes.
On Polyp.
Yes, please.
So Ion Cannon does get the extra die these
Yep.
days.
So right now you do 1 ion and 2 damage.
No, 1 damage, 2 Ion.
Spend the focus.
But so that doesn't actually accomplish anything, right? Because you'd get rid of both Ions after you did your, so that was no reason to spend the focus there. Unless I completely misunderstand how Ion Cannons work.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Halib is down to 2 health
Yep.
and ions.
All right, and then Palob going after Dutch here.
Yeah, I think if he gets the kill on Dutch,
Where to shoot? Okay. I understand.
Okay.
that's pretty good. So this is Polyp shooting at Dutch.
But your secondary arc is 2 dice.
It's 2 dice, but it's range 1.
Ah, okay.
So 1 crit,
Gonna spend it?
I guess he's going
Come on, come on.
1 hull left.
Yeah.
Guarantee the kill. Don't get greedy.
Spend the focus.
Yes,
There it is,
yes. Do it. See?
There it
That's
is,
why you
yep.
do that.
What's he
Ooh. Selfless.
Selfless.
Keeps Dutch on the
Dutch
board.
around, yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Remember the last round.
That's annoying. That's annoying.
Those rebels and their selfless flying there.
And Scum doesn't know anything about that. So I got mine. You can go ahead and take that crit.
So ion, you do a green 1 forward, a blue 1 forward.
Yes.
And you can only do focus.
Yeah, Selfless has been a huge boon for Roger. And as bad as those opening exchanges were, like he still has all 3 ships.
Yes, yep.
And he's just about got Polyp off the board.
Mm-hmm. And those fangs are very fragile, so
He's going to be able to set up a really nice rear arc shot with Nora on Polyp.
yep.
You're going to be able to shoot him with Wedge if you want a K-turn Wedge or something. You got a lot of options here.
Mm-hmm. They do have, the fangs just have the 3 defense dice, but they only have 4 hull, so.
Chris, you're asking about Jesper and his understanding of Ion. No, he spent a focus to prevent what he thought would be a second damage. Instead, prevented a second Ion token, so he didn't need to spend the focus, but he's at the right amount of health, and he knows he's at the right amount of health. He's just down a focus from where he needed to be. And Net Diver, the play area is still a 3x3, so it's the exact same. It may be an issue of camera angle or something that's making you think it's smaller. But the ships also haven't gotten any bigger. But yeah, ions will only ever inflict 1 damage. They can just inflict multiple ion tokens, which is good because medium ships need 2. Large ships need 3 now to actually suffer the effects of ion. But when you do suffer the effects, you remove all of them. So whether Polyp had 1 or 2 wouldn't have changed anything. That's a great point from Baron Von Anonymous. The upgrade cards now are larger, so they do see, your cards, your squad looks bigger on compared to the mat, and that may be what you're thinking. So Fenrau can now come back into the party. What's Tarek got to do? He's got a Talon roll, right? Yeah, he's only got a 2 Talon roll.
Yeah.
That's not long enough to be real useful here.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, he does move after everybody but Wedge,
Yes.
so some space will be opened.
Place this. Place this.
Polyp just standing pat.
Yeah, and now the being one focus token short here for Jesper could be, could matter because he didn't get an action this turn. So he rolls those eyeballs, he's gonna regret it.
Lock and lock.
That's
Darwin.
Dutch and Garvin here.
Yeah.
This is your stress.
Dutch and Garvin. So both have locks on Polyp. He really wants that kill.
No, it's okay for me.
It's okay.
Yeah, if you hold.
So he's doing a 2-turn, but in a weird way. I mean, the positioning ends up the same. I think that's a thing new with 2nd edition because of those little hash marks on the side.
Yeah.
You can actually do that, and it leaves it in the right place, which is weird, but somehow works. Ooh, nice. It's a perfect shot on
That
Nora.
works out well, yep.
Although with Wedge,
Yeah,
Wedge is going to
Wedge
get in
is gonna
action. You're going to
be,
move. Why? Just keep brake checking him.
I thought to do a 1 straight.
Oh, no.
What?
You do a 4 straight.
4K.
Oh, 4K.
I think
Interesting.
that's a red maneuver on that dial.
It is.
That's
Wow.
not good.
That's not great for Roger.
Not good.
He's trying to.
Does he get stressed or no? Sorry, they may have said if it was a straight or a K. Sorry. It's those English accents and German accents.
Start of combat.
Yeah.
Your stuff. Swarm tactics.
Swarm tactics.
All right, my start of combat.
Yeah.
Caleb takes this focus.
Yeah.
Womp womp. Nice.
Do I have to spend it?
He steals it.
No, you transfer, focus, or evade. So,
So Garvin can't
so Garvin on.
can't do his thing and hand it off after, right? That's what he does.
Correct, yep.
Garvin Dries, a X-Wing pilot not often seen in 1st edition.
Yes. Yeah.
Wedge, no shot. Then range 3 on Dutch.
And from downtown here
Trying to
on
get Dutch
Dutch,
here.
unobstructed.
Wow.
That'll do.
And Jesper keeps rolling
That'll
pretty
do.
hot here.
He's still got selfless, so he
does
can
have
still
selfless, yep.
take it away. He needs to roll evades.
Yep.
Not
Wow.
that time.
That's it.
So
There
no
goes
reason to
Dutch,
selfless
yep.
that.
Hit, crit, crit.
So overkill on the Y-Wing, but finally a ship off the board here.
Caleb,
Still unhurt Garvin and Wedge, I think.
range
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, the only damage has gone against Dutch, right? On Paylob, sorry.
Yep. This is
Unshield.
Paylob.
Yeah.
Range 1 on wedge.
Yeah.
Front arc. 4 dice.
did Garvin shoot Paylob?
I tried, I believe.
He just missed.
Yeah.
Wedge is down a shield now.
Back to dials here.
Yeah, it was not a lot of shooting
No.
there.
Did get Dutch off the board.
And the shield down on Garvin and Wedge.
Mm-hmm.
So still pretty good trade because Polyb only really has to contend with the rear arc of Garvin unless he wants to K-turn Wedge, which could be very risky for Wedge with Fenrir coming up behind him.
Yeah, Fenrir is going to swoop in there, I imagine. But probably wants to try and get a little bit of damage on these fangs at this point.
I don't know, some people commenting on the cool red dice, but I don't know if you were here for the first turn of shooting.
Yeah, that last round was the only cool round of red dice.
Oh, I guess Rogers were really bad, though, that
Yeah,
turn.
that's true.
8 dice,
True,
nothing.
Yep. But Fenrir, I think, like 4 hits and then re-rolled into a crit or something like that.
It was pretty filthy. So yeah, trying to get clear of the rear arc of the arc. I believe that's a white maneuver on the Hawk now too, right? Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Gosh. How times change.
Hawk, yeah, definitely has a much better maneuver dial in second edition.
Red.
It's red because he's not near the debris, or any obstacles, I should say. Ooh, Garvin's gonna get a shot on him, I think. Yeah, yep.
I'm an arc, so you take my focus, so I do nothing.
Why don't you target lock?
Yeah.
Why would you not target lock?
Yeah, why would you not target lock?
Oh, he's already target locked.
Oh, yeah.
He did Garvin and Dutch last time, not Wedge.
Tarok's just going to go up.
Nice block, too.
Bump, yeah.
Yep.
Try and get Paylob out of there. Stop him from stealing and transferring those green tokens.
Was it a K turn?
Yeah.
He
but
tried to
because
do a 4K with Leia.
Leia
Oh,
makes it
okay.
white.
Yeah.
If anybody asks why we keep forgetting about Leia, because they very rarely make it super clear that they are using him or using her, and I've also never seen Leia in a game of X-Wing before this, so it is not super high on my list of things to think about, but we'll get there. Oof. What's Fenrir going to do?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Turn in, hard. Yep. Boost to get range 1 and really light up Garvin.
Yeah, I think he's going to go after Garvin here. Who 1 shield, 6 hull left.
You're going to get 5 dice.
Yep.
Boost into a focus? No.
Checking range.
Lock on wedge.
Nah.
Oh, he's just target locking.
Oh, interesting.
I guess going a little slower like this does give you better options next turn.
True.
Lock on wedge.
Yep. Wedge is getting
Start
kind of
combat.
close to the edge of the board there, so
Tactics.
Yeah, please.
he's got
I have nothing
fewer
to
options
steal.
than he otherwise would have.
Range 2.
Is it range?
So it's 3 dice on 2. He's got an evade and a focus. It's not all unreasonable for him to survive this, especially with those dice. Spinning target lock.
One.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dice have
Defend.
not been kind to Roger today.
And that, whose shot was that? Sorry.
How many dice did you roll for payload? 2? Oh, okay, sorry. That was not Wedge shooting at it.
No, it was this one.
Yeah, Garvin at payload.
That's the one. Hey!
These guys just swatting ineffectually at each other.
Yep.
No shot from Tarek, right?
It's short, but I don't think
so.
What is, oh, he's got the little Lego man
Yeah.
holding onto the pole for the ship.
Oh, yep.
I saw some of those yesterday.
Yeah.
so. Payload, range 2. Yeah. One. Shield.
Wedge loses a shield. He's down to just his 4 hull. I mean, Jesper's had a couple turns where he's just slowly chipping away, but I mean, he just hasn't lost anything else
That's
either.
true, yeah.
So, all right. Looks like we are going to be giving away some stuff.
Yes.
So, an X-Wing Second Edition Corset.
Corset.
Anybody who maybe hasn't made the jump yet or thinking about getting into the game, if you're watching, if you guys just want to all comment in the comment feed with hashtag X-Wing2. It's X-Wing and the number 2, not spelling it out, not Roman numerals, just the number 2. We will choose a random winner.
Yes, that'll be coming up here in just a
Looks like
couple
from the
moments here.
comment
Yep.
feed, most of you follow the directions.
Yes. Everybody's doing a great job.
Oh, except for that guy. Oh, geez. I hope nobody has a question at the moment because we probably won't see it. Yeah, and guys, you only need to enter one time.
Oh. It's probably important.
It will not
clarification
increase
to make,
your
yeah.
your odds.
No. Only one entry per person, no matter how many times you put hashtag X-Wing2. So.
All right, so Wedge, got to turn in here.
Thanks, Brent.
You could get real cheeky and Talon roll.
You could. Yes.
I don't know that that's a good cheeky. It's cheeky.
I mean, has he used Leia yet?
To the the multiple people typing B-Wing, you will not be entered to win the giveaway. While I love B-Wings,
Also, TIE Swarm 2 does not count.
it is important to follow directions. We got a whole bunch of comedians.
Yep. U-Wing,
So that's
0.5.
the Pallet going in to try and block the turn-in from Wedge. See, this is why I like the Talon roll. Because nobody expects the Talon roll.
Nobody expects the Talon. I mean, I would not expect a Talon roll right here.
That is why you fail. I do like these red ships.
Yeah, red ships are pretty sharp.
Payload with Jam Wedge.
Ooh. Nice.
I always forget the Hawk with the jam.
Yeah, so in Jam, the next time Wedge would get a target lock or a green token, he just immediately loses it and loses the Jam. So it's a
Yeah,
nice
it's
way to kind of put a cap on his damage ceiling for this next turn.
Garvin making a pretty good move here. It
I
looks
like that.
Yep, that's real good.
Good blocking position and lines up a shot on Polyb.
Yep.
Look on Finn.
Hard one.
Tarak, yep.
Not flown enough things with hard ones often.
Yes.
And interceptors and aimings don't count. So I'm always trying to clear the stress.
Just going to take that focus. Take a big shot on Wedge here. Well, wait, no, I'm sorry. Wedge has not yet moved. No. Is this a Talon roll? Or
I
is it
sure
just-
hope so,
or
because
is
it
it just a
doesn't
hard
seem very
three?
good if it's not.
now do a focus.
It's
so
removed.
It's removed. Yeah. Focus.
All right.
Okay, well, just a hard 3. But
I mean, maybe he's just trying to. Oof, I don't know. You're going to take shots from both fangs. Ah, come on. I would have loved a Talon roll there.
that would have been great.
So Wedge is left with no shots, taking 2, maybe 3, because I've lost complete track of where that hawk is pointing.
Yeah, I try. Okay. Is it right?
Things are getting very interesting for
Palable,
sure.
Tarok. Which
Oh,
one?
I'm going for Terror.
Tarok?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Garvin going for Tarok here?
Wow.
Okay.
But Palab's so close to dead.
I do not get face off
No.
because it's the rear arc.
Oh, because Concordia face off his front arc? Ooh.
Concordia face off his front arc, yep.
That's my normal dice roll. I know.
So range 2.
Yes.
Yeah, Roger's dice this game have just not treated him very well. Whoa, okay, well. Didn't really help
Spend
Jesper
it.
there either.
Spend it.
Yeah. Spend the lock.
Yes.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody's dice going cold now.
Yep.
Range. Yeah,
1?
let's do a range 1.
Yeah.
Garvin.
That's a little better. Gonna get a crit through there.
Yep. And a couple of hits.
So 1 hit, 1 crit goes through after the shield.
One hit. One crit. Lose stabilizer. After you execute non-straight maneuver,
Yep.
you suffer 1 damage.
Do you want to show it on the
Yeah, so loose stabilizer. If you do a non-straight maneuver, suffer damage. It's just an action to flip it over, though. But still attacks on actions.
Not in a great position to just do a
Okay.
straight maneuver there, but I mean, still does have his rear firing arc, so.
And great use of the crit token there to remind him.
Yes.
I know I am guilty of
Oh.
forgetting criticals.
All
Now
the
and then.
time.
And you never want to be more careful than when you are playing on the stream. Because you commenters will catch every little mistake. Looks like we have a winner. Variant D. You ought to head over to your private messages and see if FFG Live dropped you a little note in your inbox. You're going to be the proud recipient of a X-Wing 2nd Edition core set.
Congratulations there. Enjoy that.
And now, if you guys didn't win, don't quote me on this, but I heard a rumor that there's going to be other giveaways this weekend.
There just might be, yeah. I think we've got a few things to give away, so you might want to stay tuned.
Whatever your name is, Wilco something. I saw you commented B-Wing .5, which again, not eligible to win the prize.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
What do we have happening over here?
He's still figuring out his maneuvers for the for Polyp.
We're dialing it in here.
Yeah, I mean, just you don't have a lot of reason to move a ton. They're only getting further away, and just switch your arc,
Stress. Yep. Jam.
or just keep
jamming Wedge
keep
there.
trolling Wedge.
Okay. Yep. Right.
He's using Leia. See, look at that.
I love when people use Leia. Oh, see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so
Suffer 1 damage.
Yep. Isn't it a straight maneuver?
It's not a straight maneuver. A K turn is its own bearing.
A K-turn is not a straight maneuver. No, it is not.
So that's
But he's-
damage from the loose stabilizer.
still does have an action?
He took a focus.
No, okay.
So he's
well,
still got a loose
the
stabilizer.
Loose stabilizer is still loose.
Three left.
Just trying to think, what are you guys going to set up here?
Yeah, what are these fangs
Well,
going to do?
Fenrau's the question. He's another K turn. So he's going to take an action. It's jammed. That won't matter.
Focus.
Yeah, your only other option would be like barrel roll or
I was going to
something.
say, it could barrel roll.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And Jesper is going to have a real nice
Yep.
range 1 nose to nose shot. I would imagine boost to range 1 and then linked action into focus.
Yep.
Is there any reason to do something else? You can't get out of Garvin's arc, so don't bother.
Wedge just got his 4 hull left there, so why not? Go for the kill. Might not, probably won't get it.
Barrel
but
left.
barrel roll left, okay.
Oh, he's barrel rolling out of Wedge's arc.
Oh, okay.
He's still going to take the shot from Garvin, but probably still has range 1 to Wedge, so he still gets 5 dice.
Yes.
Doesn't get face off. Does get fearless probably against
But it's Wedge.
Garvin, so that's actually a really it's a good move.
Yep.
This one? Oh, sorry.
You spend it last time on wedge.
Yes. Where was? Oh, sorry. I meant to put down stress. Okay. So.
Yep.
Tactics.
Linked action, not
I
target
can't
lock.
target lock myself, you know? Right. And they're both the same shape. All right. So swarm tactics here.
Yeah.
So square tokens, they stick around, right?
Yes. Square tokens stick around.
Circle tokens go away at the end of the round.
Yes.
Spending the lock.
Green are good, red are bad, orange
Orange are,
are bad,
Yep.
and
Focus.
blue are good.
Give it
Yes.
to wedge.
4 dice. It's in arc.
so that's going to trigger the Concordia face off. Yeah.
Yep.
So he's going to have at least one. Okay.
Ooh.
Wow.
Good thing he brought that focus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Got to do
Live to
that.
fight another day.
Yep.
Now he's going to roll all eyeballs on Wedge.
Yeah.
Did I spend? I think I spent.
You spent the lock, right?
Yeah.
So not actually, I mean, no damage through on him, but probably a pretty good attack by Garvin regardless to get rid of that focus.
Yeah, it's gonna really help Wedge here.
Range 3.
Range 3 attack from, oh yeah, the swarm tactics. I
Got
keep
to
forgetting that.
just
Yep.
kill. I feel like you want to kill Polyp. That just seems
I feel like he's got a vendetta against these fangs, man.
bird in the hand versus 2 in the bush.
Let me try.
Range 3, range 2.
Yeah.
One terror. One terror?
Come on.
Yeah, loose stabilizer should be repaired after it triggered the one time.
Okay. So Fen, range 1.
Yeah.
It's not one of those ones that you have to repair to get rid of it.
Yeah, just-
Ooh, boy. Ooh. Maybe you didn't need that focus so bad after all.
Yeah, I guess not.
Because
Yeah, Fearless,
Fearless converts it.
3.
That's enough to kill Garvin, right?
Directed.
Dead.
Yep.
Hello.
I think he was dead anyways.
Yep.
Directed.
Thanks, buddy.
I'll reach.
Well,
Yeah.
this is not looking.
Not looking good for
Good.
Roger here, yeah. Yeah, both of his fangs are in pretty good shape to.
I mean, both fangs are untouched.
Yeah, both fangs are untouched. Both of them are in pretty good shape
No,
to
that's fine.
No, I don't think.
take pretty good shots at Wedge here in a minute. Polyp, I guess, is
Range
just
2.
Yeah.
out there being Polyp.
I mean, I would run to preserve MOV. You don't really need Polyp to win this fight.
Yeah.
So
And Polyp, yeah, you probably want to.
Wedge is down to just 4 hull.
a couple good attacks by some Fang fighters. And
Well, and most importantly, Fenrau moves after Wedge.
Yes.
So Fenrau has
yep.
has every advantage in this high pilot skill kind of duel here.
Yep.
He's also just playing more
Did I
maneuverable.
have a focus on here? Sorry? Did I have a focus on here? No? No.
So yeah, if I am Jesper, Palab runs. And if Wedge decides to go after Palab, cool.
Yeah, it just.
Now I can really work on you with fangs.
You had one, but then you jammed twice, and you spent the focus the last time you shot on Garmin.
Yeah, if you're Roger, what are you thinking here with Wedge?
I think I might have removed it by mistake.
Are you going to try and go after Palab? Or are you going to try and
So
get something on
Palab
Volterra?
can, what, best case 2 boost or 2 bank?
I think so.
2 banks is white, so he's really not going to be fast. He's going to 1 bank and then could red boost. If, actually, he could
it's
white
white
boost.
boost, yep.
Yeah,
He's
because he's
got
got
the
engine
engine
upgrade. So, I mean,
By mistake.
you can catch him if you want to.
He's got 2 hull left.
I feel like you're going to have a hard time getting the fangs in arc.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the bigger issue.
And going after Palab is your probably best chance at this point to
Score some more points.
Yeah, take
You've
a
got
ship
half
off the board.
You got half points for him. Getting half points on a Fang is better than killing Palab, but they're just pausing time here while they are figuring out this focus token. Yeah, I think full points on Palab is more of a sure thing if you go for him. Half points on a Fang is worth more, but not great.
Yep.
Not super likely. For what's left on the table, you've got Wedge with Swarm Tactics, which is useless, a hull upgrade, Proton Torpedoes, and S-Foils, and then 2 Fangs with Fearless, and Palab with Debris Gambit, Moldy Crow, and engine upgrade. So that's what's here.
Moldy Crow proving its worth so far today. Been in every match we've shown. I believe the Moldy Crow has Boba Fett on it, right? Not that that matters much right now because that was way back at setup.
Yes. Well, yeah, the judge is just talking to the marshal at the moment, figuring out if this mistakenly removed token can be recovered or not. I mean, Jesper wants to keep those half points. You keep the hawk on the table to help his MOV. So perfectly understandable to check on.
Yep, wants to keep that focus on Palab as much as he can. Not quite sure. Did he just take it off there by mistake or like earlier in the round, or is it something that should have carried over with Moldy Crow?
So if he did not spend it, it should have carried over.
Yes.
So I think I think he did not spend it and just
Yeah,
when
just
cleaning
like,
up
oh, yep.
took stuff away. I mean, gone are the days of having a whole pile of focus tokens on your
Yes.
Moldy Crow card because they wouldn't all physically fit next to the ship.
Yep.
But you can actually see OP in the back there conferring, and looks like they do have an answer. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Brent Wong.
Okay, so what's going on is that Moldy Crow title is not a mandatory title, so you can remove that that token.
Okay.
And
if I did, it's my fault for removing it?
correct.
That's fine.
So there you go.
All right.
Since he did remove it, and it's not a thing that you must keep, it is gone, and they can proceed.
Had to focus, but if you remove it, then it's removed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing. So I think I may have done this, but if I removed it, that's my fault. That's okay.
There you go.
We good?
All right. And back at it, I
It
believe.
looks like the clock is rolling again.
Yep.
So yeah, the one bank, which is really the only thing you could do to clear that stress there.
All right.
And then,
We will.
is it worth boosting? But then you have to go slow again next turn. No.
He's just going to take the focus. Yeah.
To rotate back.
Ah, sure.
Focus into a rotate. Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
He's going to make Wedge pay if he does want to chase him down.
Yep.
Going to get to shoot back.
Get some shots here.
He has 4 hole. Yeah, 4 hole. No, he has 5. 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Tarek just taking the focus after the hard turn.
Yep. If Wedge wants to go after the
Yep, he can.
hawk, he's going to...
Interesting question on the Modi Cry.
Ooh.
Do not remove up to 2 focus tokens. It doesn't say may.
But you can still remove them if you were to so choose. Right? It's not a mandatory.
Okay. All right.
I mean, unlikely to matter in this particular situation, but always good to check.
Okay.
So maybe no. Wedge on 6.
Yeah, if you guys notice, Wedge did jump up there to 5-hull because he does have a hull upgrade. It just was not reflected on the overlay here until now.
Spending the focus.
Wedge going for old Tarok here. Range 1. Gonna have much better roll than Roger's been having.
Ooh. So he gets the one. He's now half points on old Tarok, so that is better than a kill on the Hawk,
Yep.
points-wise. So good move there, but now he's going to take it back. 4 dice. Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's pretty brutal.
Oof,
Oh,
nothing
jeez.
for Wedge. Yep.
This
So
could be it.
Yep.
Fuel leak.
That's it.
So dead.
Fuel leak into combo into the next one triggers another damage, and that's a dead wedge.
Yep.
So Jesper
roll
just
there.
flying the pants off those fangs. There's still another crit to come, which is a direct hit. Ooh, 6 damage.
Yeah. Hull upgrade.
Overkill.
Didn't help him that much there.
That was an awesome game. I mean,
Yeah.
really nice flying on all parts.
Yes.
Jesper giving a masterclass in flying those Fang fighters.
Yeah, I wish I could do fangs like that. That was
Would you say your Fang fighter skills are a little bit toothless?
yeah, I would say that. That's pretty good. Pretty accurate description of. I have never tried Fang fighters, but
you're confident that it would not go quite like that.
Not be,
So you get half on Palo.
If you did, so yeah, he's got half points on Palo, half points on Alterok. So not a total goose egg, but
that last little
So you get
hit
Fen Rao's
on
the most
Alterok,
expensive ship in that list and did not get half points on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, like we said, that was a fantastic game.
Yes, very entertaining there.
I mean, Jesper, an awesome player. Roger, awesome player as well. And seeing their lists interact, I mean, I think that was decided by Jesper engineering the opening fight that he wanted.
Yes, absolutely.
It was 1 torpedo fired out of 6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a huge amount of points that just did nothing.
Yep.
And he got in there and punched that Y-wing.
He did. And Roger, had some kind of not great rolls there. A couple.
Definitely plays a part.
Yeah, the one
Definitely
proton
plays a part.
torpedo that he got off just didn't really have any effect on the game at all. And Jesper was able to get that opening salvo and kind of get in close and use the Concordia
keep the pressure
face-off.
up.
Yep.
Well, we are going to be taking a break here for an hour while the players get some food, and we let Twitch archive the stream from this morning. So round 4 will begin around 3:45, and I believe you'll be taken off and replaced by the one and only Alex Davey.
Yes, I'll be back tomorrow morning. Alex and
There
I
you
bright
go.
and early tomorrow morning. So
There you go. Well, it's been great, and everybody stick around. Be back in an hour for round 4 of the Star Wars X-Wing Coruscant Invitational.